The launch of the Tata Safari petrol variant represents an important expansion of the Safari lineup, especially for buyers who value refinement and everyday usability. For a US-focused audience, this move is easy to understand. Petrol-powered SUVs are often preferred for their smoother driving experience, quieter cabins, and more relaxed behavior in city traffic. A petrol engine typically delivers power in a more linear and refined way compared to diesel. This means less vibration, lower engine noise, and a calmer feel inside the cabin, something family buyers and long-distance commuters truly appreciate. In urban driving conditions, where stop-and-go traffic is common, a petrol SUV feels more responsive and easier to manage. Acceleration is smoother, and the vehicle feels less strained at lower speeds. This refinement also adds to the premium image of the Safari. For drivers who use their SUV mainly for daily commuting, school runs, shopping, and occasional highway trips, the petrol variant offers a more comfortable and stress-free driving experience. It aligns well with buyers who prioritize comfort over raw pulling power. Overall, the petrol Safari is clearly designed for customers who want a large, stylish SUV with a smooth, quiet, and city-friendly character rather than a heavy-duty, work-focused driving feel. For many US buyers, daily driving comfort and ease of use matter more than outright power, and this is where the petrol Tata Safari holds a clear advantage. In city environments, petrol engines are known for their quick throttle response and smoother low-speed behavior. This makes the Safari easier to drive in traffic, especially during frequent stops, lane changes, and parking maneuvers. Compared to diesel, the petrol engine feels more agile at lower speeds. The SUV responds instantly when pulling away from traffic lights or merging into busy roads, which reduces driver fatigue in everyday use. For urban commuters and suburban families, this translates into a more relaxed and confident driving experience. Another benefit for a US-style audience is the quieter operation at idle and during short trips. Petrol engines warm up faster and run more smoothly when cold, which is ideal for short commutes and frequent errands. The Safari's size may be large, but the petrol powertrain helps it feel more manageable and less intimidating in tight city spaces. This makes the petrol Safari a strong option for drivers who primarily use their SUV in urban and suburban settings. Instead of focusing on heavy towing or off-road use, it delivers comfort, smoothness, and everyday drivability, qualities that many modern SUV buyers in the US actively look for. Another important advantage of the petrol Tata Safari is ownership convenience, which matters a lot to US buyers who plan to keep their vehicles for several years. Petrol engines are generally simpler in design compared to modern diesel engines. They do not rely on complex emission systems like diesel particulate filters or urea-based exhaust treatments, which can increase long-term maintenance costs. For drivers with moderate annual mileage, this simplicity often translates into lower servicing expenses and fewer unexpected repairs over time. Routine maintenance such as oil changes, spark plug replacement, and general servicing is usually more affordable and widely understood by service centers. This makes long-term ownership more predictable and less stressful. The petrol Safari also suits buyers who do not drive long highway distances every week. In suburban or city-based lifestyles, where trips are shorter and usage is lighter, petrol engines tend to perform more efficiently and reliably. They handle frequent short trips better than diesel engines, which often require longer drives to maintain optimal performance. From an ownership perspective, this makes the petrol Safari appealing to families, professionals, and retirees who want a large SUV without committing to high running complexity. It offers a balance of size, comfort, and manageable ownership costs, aligning well with the expectations of US market SUV buyers who value convenience and long-term peace of mind. One of the main concerns for a US audience when looking at a large petrol-powered SUV is fuel efficiency, and this is an area where the petrol Tata Safari may face some challenges. The Safari is a full-size, heavy SUV, and when paired with a petrol engine, fuel consumption is naturally higher compared to a diesel alternative. For buyers who drive long distances or spend a lot of time on highways, this can translate into noticeably higher fuel costs over time. In real-world driving, a petrol engine in a vehicle of this size typically delivers lower miles per gallon, especially when carrying passengers or luggage. Highway cruising at higher speeds can further reduce efficiency, which is something US drivers, who often cover long stretches of road, are very aware of. Rising fuel prices can make this a key decision factor. This aspect becomes even more important for families or professionals who use their SUV as a daily driver or for road trips. While the petrol Safari offers smoothness and comfort, buyers must be prepared for more frequent refueling stops and higher monthly fuel expenses. For budget-conscious consumers, fuel economy may outweigh refinement. As a result, the Petrol Safari is better suited to drivers who value comfort and city usability over maximum efficiency. Those with high mileage driving habits may still find diesel or hybrid options more appealing for long-term cost savings. Another factor that U.S. buyers will carefully consider is performance under load, and this is where the petrol Tata Safari may feel slightly limited compared to its diesel counterpart. Large SUVs are often used for family travel carrying multiple passengers, luggage, or both. In these situations, engine torque plays a major role in how confident and effortless the vehicle feels. Petrol engines generally produce less low-end torque than diesel engines, and this difference becomes noticeable when the SUV is fully loaded or driving on inclines. During highway overtakes or uphill climbs, the Petrol Safari may require higher engine revs to deliver the same level of acceleration. While this is not necessarily a problem for everyday driving, it can reduce the sense of effortless power that many SUV buyers expect. For U.S. drivers who enjoy relaxed highway cruising, towing light loads, or taking long road trips through hilly terrain, this may feel like a compromise. The vehicle remains capable, but it may not deliver the same pulling strength or confidence as a torque-heavy diesel engine. That said, for buyers who mostly drive in cities or suburbs and rarely push the vehicle to its limits, this difference may not be a deal breaker. It simply highlights that the Petrol Safari is tuned more for comfort and smoothness than for heavy-duty performance. Pricing and overall value play a crucial role for U.S. buyers, and this is where the Petrol Tata Safari will be closely evaluated. While petrol variants often come with a slightly lower starting price than diesel models, the real question is whether the features, performance, and ownership experience justify the cost. Buyers in the U.S. market tend to compare vehicles not just within the brand, but across the entire midsize and full-size SUV segment. If the Petrol Safari is priced too close to the diesel version, many buyers may lean toward diesel for its better fuel efficiency and stronger torque. On the other hand, if Tata positions the petrol variant more competitively, it could attract customers who want a spacious three-row SUV without the higher upfront or long-term costs associated with diesel ownership. Value is also judged by standard features, interior quality, safety technology, and overall driving comfort. For family-oriented buyers, a smooth ride, quiet cabin, and modern tech can outweigh concerns about fuel economy. However, U.S. consumers are very price-sensitive when it comes to large SUVs, especially with so many alternatives available. Ultimately, the Petrol Safari's success depends on smart pricing and clear positioning. If it delivers a premium feel at a reasonable price, it can appeal to comfort-focused buyers looking for space, refinement, and everyday usability.